Hey guys, it's Jimmy back from Ziggy's. Today I'm in the F450 7.3 dump truck following Steve. He's in the F550 with the leaf sucker on it. And today we're gonna be doing some bigger leaf cleanups up here in North Jersey. A lot of leaves are down already. It's like the third week in October almost, and there's a lot of leaves down. We had a heavy rain last week that kicked a lot of them. So we have some jobs where there's a lot of leaves that need to be sucked up. And you know, the Little Wonder leaf suckers that we have on the side of the truck, they do a good job, but there's nothing like that big Fradan big leaf sucker. It does a fantastic job. It cuts the time in half at least. So it's worth the trip to carry that around with us to the ones that we have to go to today. So we're going to show you guys that in action. Of course, the Skag and the Hurricane will be in action today. We'll check in with Steve here and kind of see what he's thinking on the day too. So what do you think?
Yeah, so like Jimmy said, we're going to do some cleanups today that mostly entail the tow behind leaf sucker. I typically like to bring this with us when the route is really dense, meaning every house is close together. Because if we're going farther away or whatnot, it doesn't make sense to bring the tow behind sucker unless the house is really big. You can't drive that fast with the tow behind thing. It says like 35 miles per hour is the top speed, which we go a little bit past that, but highways and stuff, I like to avoid bringing that. And like I said, like it's unless it's an absolutely really big cleanup where the time will be saved that much by bringing it. But the 18 horsepower leaf loaders do a great job. We'll take you along. Most of these are actually actually all of them we have to suck the leaves up. Some of them are really big and some of them are just, we're going to kick the garden beds out with the walker and pick them up. We'll dump it right next to the truck, but come along and take a look and see how we do it.
So we just got the whole property blown out around the edges. Steve is finishing up right now. We're gonna take the walkers and we're gonna suck up whatever we can. It's easier to do it this way just at this house because there's high traffic and there's nowhere to really put the leaves to suck them up easily with cars going by and taking the leaves with them. So we're gonna just suck them up, dump them in piles after we fill the catchers up. So this is the pile of leaves that we came up with. Pretty big. It's a lot of leaves. The walkers did a great job. Lawn looks great. So now we're gonna take the big leaf sucker and suck this up. Well, that job was pretty straightforward. Just kick them out with the walker. We don't always do it that way. It's just that specific house needed it to be done that way, rather so that the leaves aren't blowing in the traffic and stuff and making a mess. Well, popped a couple shear pins, one on each mower. So we got to fix that. So the way these walkers are designed is you got the blade and you got the hub, and the blade bolts to it, and those two little holes right there, they're shear pins, which I'll show you in a second. When you hit a rock, it breaks the shear pin, so only the hub spins, not the blade, so you don't damage your gearboxes. If you were to have like just this a straight up connection and you hit rocks, not only would you bend the blade, you would really mess up your gearboxes, which are extremely expensive. So just a quick little tip for you guys for the walkers. We use these machine screws. They're just very simple and easy, and if you hit a rock, they just break. No big deal, you just put a new one in. Just one more tip while we are fixing this broken mower down there. In the fall, do not put brand new blades on your walker. It is pointless. You're gonna hit sticks, you're gonna hit rocks, it's bound to happen. You're not gonna see stuff, there's leaves. It's a lot of debris going through that mower deck, so do not put new blades on the walker mower. If you look at our blades, they're a little bit beat up. It's gotta be able to cut grass and stripe somewhat decently. There's no point to put new blades on though, because the grass isn't that green. It's not gonna be the nicest cuts in the world like the summer days. The point is to get the leaves off the property and cut the grass. That's why we have semi-decent blades on it. It's just a waste of money. You're throwing it away. They're gonna be dull and they're gonna have nicks in them by the end of the first week if you do that. Now that that's fixed, we can get back to work. There's that one done, just a simple kick out, clean up with the mower. I got another small one coming up here, so it shouldn't be too bad, but there's gonna be a lot of leaves, so we're gonna use that sucker again. This whole side only took us 5 minutes to do all of that. You gotta love these blowers, they're the game changers. All right, so that pretty much wrapped up the day. We blew all those leaves into a big pile and sucked them up. So it was pretty much like what you've seen on camera anyways. So like I said, we started the morning off kicking out a lot of those jobs with the walker and sucking them up, and then sucking them up with the big leaf vac. So that was the easy part. And then even with the skag and the windstorm, it's so easy for the last couple houses we had to do. We were just blowing the leaves into a pile. It was just easier that way because it's a big yard. But nonetheless, not a bad day, except for the shear pins. But hey, it happens, you know. That's what you get when you run a walker. You break a shear pin here or there. It's no big deal. So we're excited to keep bringing you guys more fall content with more leaf jobs that we're doing. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed yet, go down there, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn the bell on for notifications so you can see our work and our setup and all that good stuff going forward. So we'll see you guys in the next video.